Legal Remedies panel. My name is Traci Deen, and I am a lawyer, and I'm also the director of the Center for Earth Jurisprudence in Orlando. And what we focus on is advancing law and policy that's more considerate of nature, that better protects nature.
Microphone.
Can you hear me?
Well.
Can you hear me better now? Okay. So again, welcome. And I'm from the Center for Earth Jurisprudence, and we focus on Earth-centered law that, in essence, better protects nature. And I am thrilled to be up here with some incredible attorneys and water advocates. This panel in particular is going to focus on several things. What laws are working, what laws aren't working, what litigation is ongoing right now to protect water. And we will have, again, 6-minute increments with our panelists, and then at least 10 minutes for questions. But I do want to remind everyone that if you do have a question, please go to the side. That's where the microphones are and where the lines will be forming for questions. Okay. Who would like to begin?
Why don't you assign the first one?
Sure. Clay, would you like to begin?
Well, maybe not. I was. Do you want us to just kind of hit those big questions? Or?
I think generally we would like to know what laws are working to protect the springs and water in Florida, what laws aren't, and of course what is ongoing, what may need to change.
All right, let me try that. I'll do that briefly. Yeah, all right, there we go. Can you?
I don't want this, there we go. I don't want this to be another Trump microphone malfunction. No. Wow, good to be here. Good to see a bunch of folks who only would otherwise see it at things like this. And yeah, I'm a lawyer, but I'm a recovering lawyer. I've kind of like retired my shingle, and now I teach water law, which I know is scary to some people. But in terms of where we are, listen to Doug Barr, a little while ago. It was a reminder of how, yeah, we used to have and still have in place the legal mechanisms to do this. They exist. We used to put caps on, consumptive use permits. We used to tell counties they couldn't withdraw more than a certain amount. Okay. We used to hold minimum flows and levels over local government utilities. We used to do that. Legal mechanisms have existed for some time. And by the way, they also used to be tied to comprehensive plans. We still have comprehensive plans. We just don't have any state oversight of comprehensive plans. So, yeah, I've been in many of those meetings over many years where someone in DCA that doesn't exist anymore, or a person who used to work for the Water Management District would tell me, no, you can't do this because we've established these limits. So the legal mechanisms are still there for the most part. So it's just this current state of our political reality, the reality show that we call Florida politics, no longer we don't have the political will do that. What we do have, and we'll talk some more about this, and then I'll start this. I believe Senator Simmons is coming here a little bit. I mean, we did get some significant tools in the toolbox added to the water bill with the passage of the Florida Springs and Aquifer Act. As I'm sure was discussed yesterday, I know I saw Palmer under somewhere. There were lots and lots of amendments that were offered to make that better in so many respects, but no one entertained anything. That bill, we all know, was primarily written by the business lobby. No amendments were offered, and in fact are accepted. Would be accepted to that. But it does lay out some frameworks, and that we're going to have to work through. I mean, in terms of the most important thing being timetable for establishment of minimum flows, establishment of spring sheds, this new concept of focus areas, and there will be points of entry into that process by which substantially affected persons who can perfect their standing will be able to challenge some of these things if in fact, they don't use the best available data. So anyway, there will be some opportunities. So that's a tool. It's not perfect. Okay, it's not perfect, but nothing, you can't expect anything out of the legislature right now to be anything close to perfect, so that would be an improvement. And then lastly, and then move on. One other thing that I think, I guess Last panel, I think Doug Bart, I think others talked about the Springs funding out of the Florida Legacy Bill. And again, another improvement in the sense that, you know, for those of you who don't know, I was one of the co-authors of the last amendment, the good amendment one, not the bad amendment one that went about in November, the good amendment one 2 years ago. And needless to say, it has not lived up to my expectations or the other sponsors, because most of the money has gone for, let's see, salaries, new trucks, new computers, you know, all kinds of things, except land acquisition. So, but as the economy improves, the money pot grows, they run out of things they squirrel it away on, so they've actually started to do some good things. So in this last session, there's $50 million for Springs. But it's basically undefined. You've heard a lot of talk earlier about sort of lack of transparency. We really need to get engaged in trying to set priorities, set some policy, and what would be the most bang for the buck for this effort, because that's $1 billion that would be available for Springs restoration. But when you look at, you know, where the money's actually going, you know, that $50 million, $7 million for land acquisition, almost $2 million for storage tanks, steel storage tanks. That's my personal favorite. You know, it's money to the Land Acquisition Trust Fund, not the Steel Tank Acquisition Fund or the Package Plant Improvement Trust Fund. And yeah, you can't really do this without, you know, some septic tank modifications, but it's got to be a total package, and it's got to be room for, you know, setting priorities and more open process. So I'll just leave that as some themes that we'll discuss going forward, and as we say, reserve the balance of my time for whoever the next person